Okay, so this is PTS versus KKTM. We are on Tears of the Desert. We're in the north. Standard setup for KKTM. They're running with a Z52 and a gearing. Normally it's a Yang these days, but gearing, they took a gearing. We've got a Zhao, Hindenburg, and two Des Moines, and a Monty. So we're running our standard setup: Yang, Zhao, two Hindis, two Des Moines, and one Montana.
Exactly, and today we are watching the replay from your point of view in the Yang. We have Bomb there in his battleship.
Yep.
Since I was not part of this game, maybe you should, again, like previous suppose, go over the basic idea that you guys had for tactics.
So we've sort of struggled with this map a little bit at the start of the season and towards the mid. We changed our stance on it a little bit around taking the A cap and being a little bit more defensive and getting positional play and whittling down ships before we start taking whether we decide we're going to do a move on the B, but we also want to see where their bulk of their forces and then react to it, which is kind of how we play this map now. So we're going to use the Yang along the B line to do a little bit of spotting to try and stop them getting onto the cap. If they get onto the cap, obviously we've got a Yang with radar and a Des Moines moving up to the back of the island on C. What is that? C5. So that's the general idea to start.
So yeah, and that Des Moines they're going for the A cap. Is that in the gap between big and small island, or
It
is
is
it behind?
Yeah. No, it is sort of slightly behind where the gap is, so not right in between them, but enough for cover.
Right. I would place that there as well. It's just for torpedo protection, obviously.
Yeah.
And then you see that general split there with Hindenburg, Des Moines defensively on Charlie. And Montana is on A as well, so quite a big force on A. Any plans on pushing the cap sooner or later, or are you full going for positional play?
Potentially, it's positional play to start with. The Hindenburg out on the eastern flank or down the 9 line can play very defensively, and yeah. with a Des Moines radar, it's a very tough defensive unit to break down.
It is. Did you see the smoke on A? They're concealing something there.
So,
for sure.
So we've started pinging some smoke on the back of A, clearly concealing something. I think my torps can just about reach that smoke without risking too much getting spotted.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah. I mean,
but at the moment, it is just about spotting, finding out where they are. Now, KKTM, we've played them many times before. What we do know about them is they keep their concealment very well. They do not like to be spotted early game.
But then again, that holds true for many clans of high skill. I do agree with you. That tactical decision that you take there to put the Zhao and Hindenburg up north. Interesting to see if any torpedoes connect there, because I could imagine that Des Moines there, which I would anticipate on the small island behind A.
Yeah.
Maybe catch one if you're lucky, but don't count on it.
Speculative. But I think with 2 DDs, what I would expect is for a Des Moines or something similar to be sat in there and have a DD out front spotting for him.
Which RPF indicates, obviously.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting to see. We see RPF ping there from Caitlyn Jenner on the small island in H7 and G6, sort of that area. So we do know that there is a force pushing around, probably, or just poking it a little bit.
Yeah, be a defensive force like we saw in the Hamming game.
At this point, we are fully set up, I would say. I don't see any... Well, I don't like how you are going behind the island because you're really denying vision there.
Well, the idea was to try and spot this because we saw the RPF in B and C1, so the idea was to spot the Z for the Zhao.
But then why not just radar? I mean,
yeah,
push it with radar and see what happens. But then again, that's maybe just a minor misplay because now it's quite a journey to go back to the A cap. It's interesting that our Zhao and the Hindenburg up north, they got around fairly easily. We see RPF there on the 2 line. Zhao does get spotted on the C area.
I'm not a fan of how our Hindenburg's playing there. Also, he's shown far too much broadside.
And not only that, he's a little bit too far away as well. I would put him a little bit more aggressively because Zhao pushing into Hindenburg is really not a fun situation. We do see the Zhao there going around the corner on the
there we go. There we go.
E10 line.
So we see the force in the south now, so
Yeah,
we know what's what.
We see a very strong force down south, and we see the Des Moines there spotted up north as well. We also see torpedoes coming in for you, which you are going to avoid, I hope. If you notice, Ryu is starting to move there. I would assume that he's starting to push the Des Moines, since we have spotted the entire force down south.
Yeah. So now it's clear that we need to push and put some pressure onto the air cap and take out that Des Moines.
For sure, yes, for sure. And I see the battleship there following up, and both cruisers, the Zhao and the Hindenburg, have very nasty HE cross shots into that Des Moines. He's not going to last.
He's getting smoke. Yeah, he's getting smoke on him now, obviously. But with the Des Moines radar, my own radar also.
Yeah. I mean, the Des Moines radar, and he's going blind now, and Rio is in a perfect position, I would say, to just shoot on him. I'm gonna free cam and see what he does there. Yes, so he's moving in very aggressively. We see the AP coming in there. There's radar.
When Rio's radar's out, then there's the radar on the Yu Yang also.
Very nice hits on him as well. That looks like juicy citadels, and that's the Des Moines dead.
It's game over for that guy.
Yeah, nice. And so you're gonna go on to take A.
Yeah, we're gonna take air cap now quite easily. We spot the gear in there for a while.
Yes, but then again, you know, that's radar from the Des Moines, from Rio. He is within a range there. And we see you guys opening up on him as well. He does get unspotted. However, we do have a problem there with the Monty in Charlie and the Z-52 running rampant there. Again, Hindenburg, in retrospect, not too bad of a position because, I mean, in the end, he would have died if he was further up forward. And now he has great kiting shots into everything.
Yeah, so Keeper and the Hindenburg did a great job over there. Just staying alive, to be fair, and putting pressure on the move into sea.
We're gonna see as soon as you move in there. Jenner is at half health, a little bit more than that, but he is playing the catchy kissy game with Montana, and I would agree that he's doing that rather effectively. Chris there again, calling him out a little bit, is moving into the middle. I would assume that is for the denial of the Des Moines crossing there.
Yeah, I mean, it's fair to assume that Des Moines will cross between them islands. If that Des Moines does that, he will be spotted and he will be broadside.
Oh yes, he will. Right, we see torpedoes for you. You're gonna dodge them as well. Gearing is still on the loose. Zhao and our Hindenburg from the north are coming towards B, but that's gonna take a while. We see the Des Moines there, enemy Des Moines in the middle. Gonna be an exchange between Rio and that Des Moines for sure. Interesting to see how Caitlyn Jenner starts handling that Montana. Not sure how long he can keep up that kissy catchy game. But we did establish really nice shots from Montana down the south there.
Yeah, and the Zhao is also landing shots onto that Montana and onto the Des Moines.
Rio does take a torpedo. He is out in the open, but when you're spotted from a gearing, there's not much else you can do. Yeah. Frontal engagement there between Rio and the Des Moines for sure is not the best of ideas, but no. Again, I would have probably done the same. Maybe you could have positioned a little bit better, but you know, Montana is shooting at you, and Rio is returning fire on the Des Moines. Difficult to get out of this situation alive.
Yeah.
We used to Rio going down there in the middle.
So the thought here for the DD is we've got two caps, the pressure and C though, so it looks like they could easily overrun C. So the feeling is that we need another cap to add more pressure and possibly drag some guys away from C.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that's
it
the
does look
intention.
like you're under a lot of pressure there. It does also look like you are somewhat on your own. I don't like how our Zhao and Lodoshka and Zhao and Hindenburg Schneewolf are just a little bit too passive there. I think they should have supported you going towards B.
Well, that was the plan, and then I think they had shots on the Des Moines, so they decided to do that.
Yeah, but nevertheless, they could have done this from where you are
Oh
right
yeah,
now as
well,
well.
for sure it was a misplay, for
Of
sure.
course, and you see torpedoes coming in there, very well anticipated RPF torpedoes, but you were safe from the island, I would think. Our Des Moines is now still playing the catchy kissy kissy game.
Doing
And
it
our
very well
Montana,
as well.
it's a little bit sad that we don't see the Montana from your point of view. I would expect that he's just being farmed from everything, really. You're engaging that gearing there. I hope he smokes up.
He did.
Yes, very well, very well. Alright, so you can just farm him down then with the radar there for 30 seconds, 25 seconds?
Yeah, 25.
Yeah, that's nasty for that gearing. We do see the Zhao and the Hindenburg pushing up now, which they should have done 2 minutes ago, but no. Better late than never.
So the gearing's come out of smoke now. I'm detected, obviously, but
you have bad news there from
yeah. So
you have bad news.
So they anticipated it really well and got back quickly,
Yeah, that's
very
only gonna
quickly.
end one way. You're gonna torpedo that?
Yep.
Yes, you are. But I'm not sure how you can get out of this alive. We lose our Hindenburg there, Kipo, but he held out for a very long time.
So the Des Moines are starting to give me some broadside, so I flip over to AP and try to get into the smoke to get undetected.
But then again, he does have radar for sure.
Yeah.
He will farm you down. Oh, we see the snipe on the Zhao there. That's good from our Des Moines. Back turrets, I would assume, since the way he was positioned, front turrets probably are not an option. I like it how you engage that Des Moines fairly aggressively. It's a gamble for sure, but you know, what can you do? What is spotting that Des Moines? Do you know? Was it the fact that he was firing on you?
It was the fact that he was firing.
I see. Smoke mechanics, they're great. And now you're spotted because gearing is pushing you?
Radar. I think it was radar briefly.
No, yeah, now we see the radar, but it's also the gearing pushing you. Which is probably going to be your demise. Let's see if you can trade with that gearing.
Nope.
No, you cannot. But, you know, then again. Well done there. Sadly, you do go down. Free camera time. We see our Montana is almost full health at 3/4. We see Lodoshka there trying to get the B cap, but against a Des Moines and the Hindenburg, that's going to be very difficult. Again, Schneewolf there is a little bit too passive, I would say, but he does manage to farm the Montana quite a bit. I still don't really enjoy where he is. He should have probably gone down, but we've been through this. What was the game plan here? We see Monty going around the islands for Charlie.
Yeah, so I think the game plan at this point was to the Zhao was obviously under pressure from massive pressure from the gearing. The idea was to push in and try and take out the Montana with a Hindenburg. With Caitlin Jenner, he's obviously under pressure from the Montana who's chasing him around, just doing ring of roses. If the Hindenburg from the enemy team comes up, he can catch him broadside as he's going around the island, so that was a big risk. So we send Schneewolf down to sea to try and support there, but obviously we can't forget that the Z is just pummeling our Montana, the bomb with torps.
Oh yes, oh yes. Interesting to see that Caitlyn Jenner kept this up for so long. He was only able to do this because the Des Moines moved out of the position where he was at earlier. We also see some nasty fire coming in there for the Des Moines there from our Zhao. So Lodoshka certainly pays up. Hindenburg again, trying to support our Des Moines.
So now our Montana's got broadside shots on their Montana.
Yeah, and that is really not a position you want to be in any ship, really. However, you guys are behind on ships and points, so I'm interested to see what you get out of this now. This does look like an uphill struggle for you boys. It does look like you're investing quite a bit of force to get rid of the Montana.
Yep, that was the idea. Get rid of the
I do
Montana.
agree with that. However, the Zhao there on the other flank, he's showing broadside.
So if we can take that Montana out and we've got 2 caps, we're in a strong position. The Montana doesn't have a lot of support. He's kind of out there on his own apart from the Z.
The Z is still an issue.
So we can see the bomb moving in. We've got the Hindenburg being super aggressive coming in to try and finish off, but we've also got Z-Torps coming in.
I know Schnee has smelled blood here. He wants this Montana dead. He's gonna charge him, I think. Montana exchanging fire rapidly with the other Montana. No great effect there.
So we see Torps coming from the Hindenburg of Schneewolf.
Yep.
Interesting to see what happens here with the Hindenburg. So
I don't know if he's gonna make it. Doesn't look like it. But it would be a valuable push because then we can actually secure some points again. Double cap advantage is important.
Yeah, so he's landed 1 Torp, but now he's gone full broadside, which is extremely risky.
But I mean, you do notice that while this was going on, Caitlyn Jenner was able to get away from that situation, although we leave Montana vulnerable the way we did this. But in the meantime, we kill the Des Moines, you know, we move our Des Moines into a better position. Loroshka there, Loroshka is in a bad spot, but
yeah, he's got Torps from the game.
He did what he could. He has a gearing and the Hindenburg grinding him down. I don't see him surviving this, but short term, this was for sure the right move.
So we see the Torps coming in from the Z on the bomb, and I think I remember the game, and it was frustrating him the reload time on that Z52.
Yeah, he does have a short temper in that regard.
Yeah.
You know.
So we lose Lodotka, but you know he did his job down there.
That's a sacrificial thing there, but you have turned the ties there with ships and cap points. So
what Lodotka
just running away?
Yeah. So what Lodotka did in the south there, he effectively took 2 ships out of the game, a Gearin and a Hindenburg, I think it was, wasn't it?
Yes.
So the only real threat we have now is the Z getting Torp hits on the Montana.
Yes, that is a threat, but when you're running away, it's still
manageable.
Manageable, yeah. Jenner is gonna get the B cap, so now they have to secure 1 cap at least. It does look much better for you guys now, but you did lose vision since you're dead. You have double DD, but firepower wise, you are really up there. Bomb is flooding from torpedoes. Is he gonna make it? Yes.
Yeah. So it was a good game. GG's all round. Strong team, KKTM. They play the concealment game very, very well, as you saw.
However, I mean, let's not forget something here. You guys could have made your life a little easier if you had Schneewolf and Ladoshka actually securing the B cap way earlier.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, some support down on that flank would have made that game much easier.
Yes. Both of these ships are not the fastest, but it would have helped for sure.
Okay, so
yeah,
GG.
I would say so as well.
Thanks for watching.